ready? Ready to roll? Ready to do this?
Well, yeah, keep going.
Ready to do this? Stay true to this?
Let's do it.
All right. What up? Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta, hold it down, bring that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, coming with a wonderful episode of That's Right. Man, look, we gonna get to it. I promise you. But
I know what you're talking about.
This is on screen / Doppio Dope chilling. I'm NERDSoul, but right over here, you know him as the most interesting man in America. International man of mystery.
Don't lie to him.
Spokesmodel, all right, for brands such as Karl Kani, Fubu, all right, Louis Vuitton, all right, Chaps Ralph Lauren.
Man, do not lie to the people.
And The Gap. Clement Bryant, yo, what's up?
Man, why are you lying to the people? Why do you lie to the people?
Man, and we got Blurtish in the house tonight. What up? Nice to see Blurtish up in here early. Okay, so we're getting into this new episode. I'll say this. Clement, how are you feeling right now after watching the episode? I'll ask
confused. I'm confused.
All right. Any other thoughts? Because I got some thoughts. We're gonna review the episode, but I just got some thoughts.
Okay, I'm not mad as a lot of people are, but I'm confused.
Okay.
I'm confused. Right. I'm like, what? Yeah.
All right. Shouts to Vulcan up in here. Shouts to Andre Atkins. Nice to see y'all rolling in. I think it was last year, or maybe in the summer. I think it was in the summer last year, but I remember talking about this season being the last season, and I remember saying something to the extent of like, you know what, 4 seasons is a good run. This is a good stopping point. Yeah. After watching this episode, I'm exactly right. This show is done. I'm done with this show. I'm gonna finish it out because I've been watching it so long, but I'm checked out. After last night, okay.
All right. I think we should just spend the episode talking about that because okay.
All right. When you say jump the shark, they LeBron James jumped the shark. They said they took LeBron James, Wilt Chamberlain, Jordan, and they put all their jumping power into one jump over the shark.
See, okay. Let's just talk about it because there's no dancing around it, right? So, okay, spoilers if you have not seen last night's episode of Black Lightning, right? Okay, so at the end of last night's episode, or we can start, I guess we start from the beginning, but basically Jefferson went up to the ionosphere, brought the particles of Jen back down to Earth, and they put it into this like reconstitution machine, bring Jen back to life. But at the end of the episode, they succeeded.
Yes.
And then who popped out was someone completely different than what we know to be Jen Pierce. So
now, I did expect her to be different, but I expected her to be different in her character, like how she acted, not a whole different actress. There's 2 other things that I'm angry about in this episode too, though. The lazy fight scene with Black Lightning, where it's very clear that it's a stunt double. You guys, I'm saying it now. You guys stopped caring about fight scenes this season. I tried to hold on, but there's a very clear difference between season 1, 2, and 3, those fight scenes, and this season. Y'all just don't care.
Are you talking about the fight scene with Lala?
Yeah. That, y'all just don't care. I understand it's the last season, but I'm like, look, if y'all gonna be like this, like y'all just be like, we ain't coming back. Right. So my last thing.
Okay.
This is a very Black show.
Right.
This show has been representative of Black experience and Black culture for quite some time. I take issue with an episode written by a white person that made a joke about George Floyd. I did not think it was funny. I didn't think it was cute. And I'm not pleased. There is no way because the director is a black guy. So the director of this episode, how did he let that fly? Who thought this was funny? And the trial is getting ready. Well, technically the trial is already, it's kind of underway. There's some appeal stuff going on, but it's not funny. I don't think it's funny. I don't see how any one of the creators thought this was funny. I don't know how it got past people. Like, it's just
how it got past Salim, right?
Yeah, the director should have been like, you know what? Let's not do this joke. You know what I'm saying? So with those three things together, with just recasting Jin, also the way in which they got the machine, they're like, I got a fast friend. Boom, you got it. And it's like, yes, he is fast, but dang, you know what I'm saying? Barry Allen couldn't come through for an episode, a little 2-minute scene. They was just like, I got a fast friend. Oh, we got it.
But we know why. We know why. Like, I thought about that. I was like, oh, we know who you're talking about. But like,
yeah, it would have been nice to have like a couple seconds of Barry Allen in his joint.
See, and the thing is, there's two things like that I'm like thinking about why that didn't happen. One, COVID, filming on set.
True,
and also
COVID,
two,
yeah.
That the film shoots in Atlanta, whereas Flash films in Vancouver. So
good point. But like, there's other fast people. There's other fast people that could have helped. You got all right. So I haven't watched Flash in like 2 seasons. Like I gave up after that Savitar BS. I gave up after that. But anyway.
All right.
There's Jesse Quick. There's the boy. There's the young brother. The Kid Flash. And then
Jesse Quick went back to Earth 2.
Okay, never mind. So all right, she ain't here.
So like
right,
she can't even.
All right, so all right, got Kid Flash. You got what's the dude? Doesn't the character of the Reverse Flash now have Flash powers again, or no? Because I can't.
Say that again?
All right, Wells. Is it Wells fast again or no?
I don't.
Or he was fast again, then he lost it again.
I don't think so, because also that was really never Wells, right?
Yeah, you're right. That was really never Wells. So, snap. Good point.
So Barry's like, the more we talk about it, Barry's the only one.
Barry is the only guy.
Right. So, but yeah, it's like that wasn't even like an issue for me. I'm not reacting to the quote unquote recasting yet. A lot of people are, because I'm like, they ended it so quickly and they have that happen at the end of the episode. That's a clearly cliffhanger to watch, make you watch the next episode, right? Yeah. So it's like,
it came out of nowhere.
It came out of nowhere. And I understand why a lot of people are kind of taking issue with it. But for me, it's like, if that is the case, that they completely did recast the character, then I might feel some sort of way about it. But until I figure out what they're doing with this storyline, I'm kind of like, and I guess that's like, you guys know me now, but it's like, my vibe is to sit back and see what the story's being told.
You'd be like, all right, hold on, let me see what they're going to do. Because I'm like,
and I'm not saying
like, this joint look.
And it's like, I'm not saying I'm down for it, and I'm not saying I'm negative about it. I'm just saying, what's the vibe of it? What are they doing? Right?
Yeah, because
kind of like how everyone's
that with the knowledge that she ain't never coming back to the show at all, and us seeing her, I'm like, what? Because in my mind, I was like, okay, she's probably going to come back. She's going to be different and decide to quit and like move off somewhere, and that'll be her last episode. Right. And nope, she ain't never come back. She went to the sky and was like, peace. Because I mean, I was thinking, oh, she'll probably come back, and after being in space, she probably, has the knowledge of like the universe, and like none of this matters, and she just goes off and like she's on some Dr. Manhattan stuff where it's like none of this matters anyway, and she goes off on her own. And I'm like, all right, cool, you know what I'm saying? She gets to like kind of go off into the sunset. This show was like, all right, you're gonna go up, disappear. When you come back, you're gonna be more blacker and more darker. And if you know that reference, big shout out to you. But and I don't have nothing against the sister. I'm just like, who are you?
Like what happened? And it's like, and like, that's why I'm kind of like, my vibe is I have more questions than anger or positivity right now, right? It's like, what are they doing? It's more of, wait, what? Like, and it's like, I've learned to kind of like, maybe this is me working within entertainment, but it's also like, I remember what happened with Hydra Cab back in the day, where
but we all knew that wasn't going to last.
But comics fans knew that, but it was more of people who didn't know. Like, it was like, how dare you have Cap saying "Hail Hydra"? It became a thing outside of the realm of comics.
Yeah, I remember people were mad on Twitter. I'm like, this is Marvel. This is going to last for like 3 months and then he'll be good again, or we'll find out this is like a Red Skull clone or something. It's
So like, I'm like, what are they doing before I react?
What?
You know what I mean?
Blurty said, CW said, ain't nobody gonna notice. They're like, they all look alike to us.
They ain't that crazy, especially publicists on the show are black. So like,
it's and Blurtis brought up something else, saying Thunder already a terrible spouse, more jumping the shark. Yeah. We'll get into I've got that off my chest. Now we can talk about the regular episode. We'll get into, you know what? Let's talk about Anissa right now. Okay.
Go ahead.
So Anissa been sitting by your bedside. Couldn't wait to get married. So you can do single things? Like, okay, you never talk to your father or your mother about marriage, about what it's like to be married to someone, about sharing your space with someone? Now, do not get me wrong. Early on in my engagement and in my marriage, there were ups and downs, and it was rocky. But it was never a situation where it's like, here's your chair. You can stay in your little chair. And now I get all this place. You get your little baby chair. It's corny for I feel like they don't know what to do with their relationship. And it's sad because you have another relationship between two women in All American. That's dope.
Right.
Well, no, they're kind of in a place where they don't know what they're doing right now. But the thing that I love about Coop and Patience is Coop and Patience never comes off like the show is trying to get a pat on the back for showing lesbian characters. That's why I love that show. It never comes off like, look how progressive we are, guys. Look at how we're thinking about you. Like, it just shows their regular relationship and they're cool. It's like it doesn't stand out like they're trying to get, cool points for doing it. Whereas in this show, I don't think that they're trying to get cool points for doing it, but I do think that they don't know what to do with their relationship right now. They don't. I don't think they really know what they. Because if you think we want to watch a scene of y'all arguing over like whether she's telling her about her life or not, like, I'm sorry, but that was last season. So we expect some progression because we actually, we watch other shows outside of CW, to varying degrees of goodness or greatness.
Right.
And I'm just not feeling it. I feel like they should have just left her sleep. And I know it sounds bad, but I'm like, if you're going to wake her up to have the same argument 2 episodes in a row, and then, to another one. Now I'm off of Anissa. Anissa, you cool. Matter of fact, I'll leave that. How do you feel about Anissa and your girl Grace?
I mean, by this time, it's just like, for me, it comes with the territory. It's just like, okay. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just like, I have accepted that they're in the show, and they had their own little spotlight storyline separate of, Lala and Tobias and Jefferson. Tobias or Jefferson and Lynn, it's they're on their own little world. So like, it's not really a big factor for me, as it is my whole thing that I focus on in the show is the Lynn, Jefferson, Tobias, Gamby angles.
Got
That's
you.
why I
Got you.
watch the show, right?
Got you.
No hate against.
Yeah, I feel you.
No hate against. It's just more of that's not personally like why I watch the show, so I just accept it for what it is, right?
All right, cool. I get you.
So it's like cool. Like I'm for same sex couples, cool, whatever. I'm okay with it. It's just more of it's not like a big make or break thing for me of the show. I might be if they treat one of them or both of them together like crap, I might be like, oh, that's messed up. But like outside of that, it's like, cool. What's next? For me at least. Yeah. So like their stuff is like, I'm like, cool. And for me personally, it's a little bit of like a chuckle laugh because I'm figuring out how to live with my girlfriend right now, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm like, all right, cool.
And
that's life, right?
Yeah, it's just, and it's not that in real life you won't have the same arguments over and over with your spouse at times.
Right.
But when put in the context of a show that only has so many episodes,
right,
you like to see a little something more, or like flip it, right. have it be about something dealing with maybe like fighting crime or something, but not. I don't want to see y'all arguing about furniture. I don't. I just don't. And then to your girl Lynn, this is another reason I'm glad this show is in this last season. This is about to be over. She blamed this on Jefferson once again. I am tired of Jefferson getting blamed for everything. You know you got a daughter that can't nobody tell her nothing.
They said that in the show. They did say that in the show, right?
Yeah, they did.
There's a line that was like, Jen was always going to be Jen.
Yeah. It's like, but that was Anissa talking to TC, not Anissa talking to her mom.
Right.
It's like, yo, why are you blaming? I'm tired. Jefferson has been blamed for everything since the beginning, when Jefferson has actually been doing the most like, hey guys, let's not do this. Let's get together. Let's be on one. Let's have a plan. Let's do something. Nope. And since it's a whole bunch, then of course we find out the dude died or whatever, and now Gamby like, you gonna tell him or am I? It's like, I know you ain't talking. Well, how about this? How about this, Gamby? You mind your business. Trying to tell my business. Oh, right. You gonna tell them or am I? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if you don't get up out of here, he's like semi-snitching on what's going on. I'm just, at this point, I'm like, yo, Tobias gonna beat y'all. Tobias gonna win. Mm-hmm. Like, y'all don't know how to act. Y'all fighting with each other all the time. Y'all ain't got no cohesion. Y'all gonna lose. And honestly, I'm okay with if y'all lose right now. I'm just like, just let Lady Eve, Lala, and Tobias take over and then power vacuum each other into oblivion.
All right. I'm gonna take another edge because I'm like, I agree, like the whole Lynn and Jefferson thing is like Lynn stays. It's like, but also with the fact of Jefferson is blaming Lynn for a lot of shit too, though. So it's kind of like,
but stuff that's actually applicable to what's going on.
True, but also it's like that thing of like she cannot look inside herself to like acknowledge her own faults in the situation. And that's what's going on with Lynn. So which is why she's like, just slap it off and be like, it's your fault. Rather than being like, hey, maybe I was the one that messed things up here, right? And she came around at the end of the episode of being like, look, that was a low blow. That's my bad. Yeah. And there's a little bit of like, you see like season 1, season 2 Lynn, right? So you're like, all right, my bad. You've been an amazing father, blah, 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 which is like, thank you. Like, it's like
about time.
Right. But there was a scene that I want to talk about with you was like, it was very interesting for me to see Lala appreciate that Black Lightning is back. That was like,
yeah, I will give him that. I like that.
Like,
that little kind of like respect, like
yeah,
you know
he's
what I'm
like,
saying,
we gotta
like
stop charging you, bro. I was like, wait, what is going on? like,
I did like that.
I was
Because
like,
he was kind of like, you know what, respect. Like, you know, like I'm still in the streets, but you know what I'm saying, it's good to see you doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because I guess there's a little part of Lala that, you know what I'm saying, wants to do good. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a small part that, you know, because remember, he was kind of, I mean, from the streets, but he was kind of mentoring kids in the first season. I mean, he was mentoring them to the dark side, but I mean, still, he was mentoring the youth.
Right. So like, yeah, it's weird. I on one level I was like, all right, cool. We get a little, you know, Black positivity in this show, like a good positive moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the show that's kind of taking a turn to the dark in this season. And we're only what 3 or 4 episodes in, so it's like
this was what, episode 5,
4 or 5. I'm trying to keep up.
It was episode 5.
Yeah. So like 4 or 5 episodes in, it's been kind of dark, and then see that kind of moment, I'm like, all right, cool. So this is they're starting to lighten up a little bit. It was like, you're lighting up, and then you come back with a Jin. We'll call it the fake me out casting for now, because we don't know what it is, right?
Yeah, the I guess the faux Jin. Well, I mean, it might be Jin. Like we'll see. I think this is them recasting her for the rest of the show, because they're like, hey, it's only like another 6 episodes or whatever, however many we got left. So they're like, hey, it's only another like 6 to 7 episodes. We'll close it out with another actress, and it'll be cool.
We'll see what it's about, but yeah. So, I mean,
I hope she's dope, because there's nothing against her. It's just, you know, but
I mean, people are already like, what, like, how dare you recast Jen, blah blah blah, and it's more of, let's take a minute to be like,
if there's any show to recast someone, it's a comic book show, because you can always do something like this. Like, oh, you know, he fell into the special sludge, and when he came out, he had been changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, so a comic book show is probably the only show that you could recast someone, and people would be like, all right, we'll let it slide. You know what I'm saying? It's like, old girl, when they, you know, the reconstitution machine, it added more pigment and gave more locks. You know what I'm saying? So it gave 100% locks. Homegirl went from a low fade to full locks, right, son.
Like, I was like, all right, well, you know, we'll see what happens. So I just want to figure out what the deal is before I react to anything, you know? So we'll see what it is. But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they're trying to get back to like what we had in season 1, season 2, and season 3, but now it's like, oh yeah, I'm looking at Twitter, people are like, they recasted. So like, a lot of people are feeling like they recasted her. But
and I mean, technically, even if this is just for a stunt, it's still recasted, at least in that moment. So technically, Twitter people, I hate to give it to Twitter, but they're at least a little bit right now. But
that can change.
Your boy got to talk about Tobias. The best part of this episode.
Tobias, dude. Yo, Tobias' lines in this episode.
Yo, Tobias like came through.
When he was like when his henchman was like, oh, I didn't notice, like, that's white privilege.
Yep.
He said it's like white privilege. You can be ignorant and still get power. I was like, damn.
Yep.
Like I like that laid me out. I paused. I was like, oh,
because like Tobias is like just straight disrespectful to everybody. Like homie, when old girl came in, he was like, going to use that Yale education. That's why Yale churns out law professors. He was like,
God dang.
Man, Tobias.
Luke,
yo,
and he was like, can I speak? Can I speak? She was like, can I speak freely? And he goes, at your own peril. I was like, yeah.
Yep, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
all you needed was me in the corner, like, someone down 911.
like, I will say, like, the writing with Tobias stays consistent.
Yeah,
like
Tobias has been on point all season. That's why I'm like, yo, Tobias about to win. He gonna win this season, and we gonna end with the bad guy winning, and that's just gonna be it.
I mean, we'll see, but it like just his writing and the fact when his man throws that thing into the wall, and it's like,
oh yeah,
I got 2 words for you: spackle and paint.
Yep.
like, dude, the writing for Cronin and the Cronin is so good. And like,
it's like just be as mean as possible.
Underrated. He is so underrated as an actor.
Yeah, he's doing a good job in this role, and like. It was like spackle and paint, man.
Like he's like, it's just like he's like the self-hating black man because he's black.
Yeah,
Tobias is black, right?
Yeah,
but he's like he self-hates black people, and the way he talks about black people, it's a very interesting kind of window into how he thinks.
Yeah, because then he'll turn around and then disrespect the white dude too, and it's like, oh snap! So you got fired for them too. Oh, all right, word.
Yeah. So he's like an equal opportunity hater for everyone, right?
It's like I'm self-hating, but I hate you too.
I hate you too. Oh yeah, I hate them. I hate them too.
Oh, he basically called old girls stupid. He called the white dude out for his white privilege and being ignorant, basically. Then told him to go paint up the wall. But I mean, they are the fake Joey Toledo and Cyanide. They are.
Yeah, but it was just it's just funny to see, Tobias in action, right? So
yeah,
every time that Conda comes on screen, the screen just crackles with energy.
Yeah, things, right? He kills it in a very good way. I will say one thing though, he hates himself, but he leaves a little opening for the sisters because remember old girl from like season 2, the little bad joint with the knives. Then also he been throwing all kinds of shots at your girl Lynn, like the beautiful doctor. I want to work with the beautiful doctor. It's like, hold on, they bringing her on dates. Tobias, he be fronting. He leave a little door open though. He be like, all right.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like, but yeah, man, Twitter is like on fire with this Jen recasting, bro. Like, I just put recast Black Lightning. Everyone's like, what happened? Like,
yeah, because people were like, when she came out, I was expecting her to be different. I mean, as far as like kind of like how she acted, because I expected her to be kind of like all spacey and university now, but. I was like, oh, all right. And I was like, I bet you this is the end of the episode. I knew it. I was like, this is going to be the end of the episode. I know it. I know it is. And, of course, yep. Like, all right, let me see. All right. Top 1. All right, let me see. That's one way to recast the character. And then they recast Lightning and then got Oprah with the yo, man, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not making.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I'm not making any assumptions until, and it's kind of like it's funny because it's like when all the WandaVision stuff really started to get going, everyone was like, "Oh, Mephisto's gonna be here. Oh, this is gonna be here. Oh, what's going on?" Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Bring back those expectations, y'all. Bring it back." Bring it back because
folks always be like, "Oh, I know what's going to happen in this show." Like,
I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get mad. I'm going to get upset. It's like, wait for the story to be told, then react accordingly.
Sold, not told, y'all. No, just playing.
Right, and so it's like, and I've learned like, one, it's like I work on property, so it's like when I'm looking at this, I'm like, y'all gotta wait for the show to tell the story. But it's also two. Being a longtime MCU fan, being a comic fan, not reacting to that Hydra characters, it's like come back and react to it after the story is done and be like, all right, you know what I mean? But that's my personal approach,
Yeah. And Blurtish came in and said, expectations are gone for this show. Vulcan said, exactly. Tobias has been trying to holler at Lynn. Man. Blurtish said, CW will dilute the F out of something, then make a crap spinoff. Lynn fine, though. All right, well, check this. I don't know. Have you heard anything new about the spinoff? Because it's been quiet on that front.
I mean,
maybe they're just filming and they ain't nothing, maybe it's COVID times and they just filming.
I haven't heard anything new. Like, as far as like the casting news of a couple weeks ago, I haven't heard really anything new. So,
like, I'll put this: as Black Lightning is as a show, Painkiller will not be. I'm just letting y'all know. I can feel it. It. That joint about to be like Flash. Just letting you know. That joint,
I don't think it's gonna be like Flash.
That joint gonna be monochromatic or beige at best.
I don't think it's gonna be Flash level.
Your boy Khalil gonna be the darkest on the set.
I don't think it's gonna be Flash level, but I think it's gonna be like, it'll be like a mix between like Black Lightning and
Nancy Drew. No,
do not shade Nancy Drew on my presence, bro.
I'm not shading the show. I'm shading how CW casts their people.
No, I know.
Black people.
It'll be like Black Lightning mixed with Flash. It's not going to be complete Flash, and it's not going to be complete Black Lightning. But we'll see what happens with it, right? So,
Blurtish said Painkiller going to be on all them white girls now. Man, look, yo, Blurtish, check this. I owe you a shirt. If that show happens and he got a white thing on his arm, I owe you a NERDSoul shirt. I got you. Cause something tell me you right, man. Something tell me you right. He gonna be hugged up, and we gonna be like, I knew it. I could smell it. Oh man, but shouts to Nicole up in the chat. But I am interested to see what happens next episode. I am interested to see, mostly because I want to see how y'all going to explain this. I mean, y'all already really quick pseudoscience us up with the whole reconstitution machine. Like, I thought we was going to be working on that for like an episode or two because it makes sense.
Right.
Man, they knocked that joint out in one episode. That lets you know, like, maybe they got a big crazy finale for us and they just wanted to get out the way. But I don't know, man. I don't know, man. This is why I'm trying not to react, because I'm like, if I get all upset before it happens, I'm gonna be mad for a week, and then I'm gonna continue to be mad. We know old girl ain't coming back. We know she ain't coming back.
Right.
China ain't coming back. She done. So,
but is she done? But is she done? Is she done right now, or is it like where, like, play scenarios, right? Is it like we figure out, okay, this isn't a recasting, but the particles messed her up in some sort of way, and Jefferson got some extra particles from somewhere else, and that's contributed to like who popped out of the chamber or whatever.
Okay,
so, like,
because there were some particles left over up there when he was like absorbing everything.
So like
maybe got to go back up and get the rest of them,
and then it's Jen. Who knows? And also, she didn't say one word either. I don't think she said one word. So it could be like she looked different, and then she has the same voice.
She said something. She said like one line, and then they cut to, of course, cut to.
I didn't hear it. I didn't really hear anything. That's why I was like,
Blurtish said Gamby is good, but he ain't Lex Luthor.
Wait, what?
I mean, he said Gamby is good, but he ain't Lex Luthor. I mean, he ain't got Star Labs to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't got Star Labs helping him out.
Cooley High said they Aunt Viv Jen.
Yeah. Well, no, they kind of, because they Aunt Viv, they kind of like reverse Aunt Viv. Well, see, Jen was never light in the first place. But they did go darker. They went for a darker sister, and she got locks. So, you know what I'm saying? It's still natural hair.
So,
and she's still a sister.
I'm trying to figure out what the deal is, right? But we'll see, man. It's like I think it was cool for me to like see them all back together, like rally together again. Not like Gabby's over here flirting, getting his Mac on. TC's over here in the lab doing whatever.
Yeah.
Jen and Jefferson, Lynn and Jefferson are arguing. Anissa's over here talking with Grace, and then Jen's doing her own thing. It was nice to see them all as a family unit.
Yeah.
Come together
back as a family. Hashtag Black families. That's right.
And that's why it was like, I was like, until that moment, I was like, okay, cool. We're getting a little bit of 1, 2, 3 seasons and not what they're doing in 4. But now it's kind of like, now I'm like, wait, what's going on? That's all I'm saying, right?
Word. Nicole said that she said, why are y'all looking at me like that? So yeah, that because I remember she said like one line and then it was like cut to credits. So
interesting.
It's like we looking at y'all like hold up a beer.
I'm like, what is happening, man? So now that I know that, we'll see. I might go back and watch it, but like I had to watch it on my phone because the Wi-Fi's been out of my place. Like, no lie, like
we gonna see some interesting things.
Yeah.
Next week, they gotta hold to dig themselves out of as far as fight scenes. That George Floyd mess was not cool. I'm surprised they didn't make a statement because I did look to see if they were going to make a statement about that. I didn't see any statement come from like the Achilles or anything. And I was like looking to see if it was going to trend or anything. I was like, oh, all right, well, okay. Maybe I'm the only one that's mad about this joint. Or maybe everybody was so taken by the recast that they was like, I ain't even thinking about George Floyd right now. But
I mean,
next episode better come through because Keith from Blurted said he thinks it's going to be 3 to 4 episodes of just like middling, nothing really going on. But I mean, you got old girl from Lady Eve saying like, "Yo, we need a meta killer or a meta assassin." You know what I'm saying? You got Lala's whole crew wet up. All right. Tobias is finally saying like, "Yo, game on." You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to put my plan in action. The DEGs are on the street. Jen is back. We'll see what kind of Jen we got. Lightning got the suit back on. So we'll see. True. We'll see how it goes. You know, of course, I'm still going to watch it to the end because, you know, it's like, look, it's I've been here this long. You know what I mean? I've been here this long. Got to keep going. Oh, man. But with that said, I think we've exhausted the demons. Are there any other thoughts on your mind for this episode?
No, I mean, look, my vibe is just like, let's see what happens with the next episode.
Yeah.
Like I think
see how TC reacts too.
And yeah, we didn't really talk about TC, but I felt bad for TC though in this episode. Like,
because I can see TC feeling like it's his fault because he kept her secret, and then, you know, her secret got her killed. So you know, we don't know. So we'll see. But to the chat, big shout out to Cooley Hyde, Nicole, Blurtish, Andrea Atkins, Jenna James, if you there, getting your lurk on. Vulcan came through. And big shout out to, Young Trey, young gamer out there doing his thing. Been coming through on a couple of streams, so big shout out to you too. Right over here, you know who it is. The one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, Clement Bryant.
Hey, good night. Twitter, Instagram, @Clement Talk to you soon.
What up? NERD, SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all them places. Hit a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. Hit a thumbs down if you don't. If you hit that thumbs down, I'm going to send you to the ionosphere. All right? And who knows what's going to come back? You never know. So, podcast for listening, Spotify for that music. We're going to leave y'all with some dope music. And from us to you, we're just saying peace.
Peace.
Say peace. Oh, man. We out, y'all. Peace. What up?
I'm the man, yes sir, that killed the bare-handed so the people won't forget it. Getting money for our legal to drink. I care what a broke nigga think.
Just like the pack of Lewis.
Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too short, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. We still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dollars rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grinding cause we all came from hunger pain.